welcome back to Delusion. So where we left off, it's been a few days. We had finished sort of exploring. We'd cleared out the two castles. We had finished up Pegruth. And we're basically at the point where upgraded some stuff. We're basically at the point where we are ready to sort of head off in this direction to do the last things we have to do on this little island. So I think what we're going to plan to do now is we're going to go off and do that. We're going to rest up once more. We're then going to grab the speech buff. We'll deal with the demon, I'm going to call him, who sort of lives in this tree. And from there, we're then going to continue on and deal with the Embryon. Once we've done that, we'll probably look at buying this mana, basically to wrap it up. But I'm hoping we can level once more, so because it means we can get it for cheaper. Not that we need money a huge amount, but you know, it's more a question of checking to make sure that's working. Okay, so that's the plan. So, we will rest just to say it's been done. Make it just because again we don't know how much we're gonna need, right, once we get to where we're going. So we're actually gonna sleep. Well, yeah, we'll sleep until daytime and then we'll get going. So I say daytime, I really mean nighttime. Sadly, the time I'm talking about is night, not day. So, we sprint over here. Push this buff, go talk to the guy, then we'll go from there. How close to leveling are we? I'm going close, but we've got one more. We're probably going to get that from interacting with the thingamajig, isn't with the tree, but we'll find that out in a minute. Bring up here. Buff that up. Don't mind me, I'm just exploring. Running into your home and filling with your stuff. I'm in your base, sharding your purples. Right, and we'll continue on. I'll be honest, I don't think I could actually sleep in this particular world because there's so much ambient light at night. Like, genuinely, I would find it incredibly difficult to function. By which I mean not function with this much light. And we did also get told that something had changed. It's not just everything loading in there. Map. F1D. And we're gonna sprint over this ways. Now, we know that the entrance to Hole in the Ground is actually in the back end. It's alright, I don't know about. Yeah, more silk. Now, last time we were here, we got jumped. reasons we never quite worked out. Not appear to have happened this time. It's fine. I've embraced my wretchedness. May I pass?
You seem sincere in your presence. Very well. You may claim your second self. The door is open.
Thank you, hey Goblin King. Nah, we need one more. Damn it. Goblin Mask. A chunk of wood shoddily carved to resemble a face. That allows one to entice more powerful foes. The goblins of Hallowshire can be seen wearing these crude things. When placed on one's face, a strange feeling comes over you, as if you were someone else. And if we go trinkets. So what does this one do? Cancel discount and stick that on. Again, not really sure what will trigger the enticement. Probably just like a random chance to have an enemy not be hostile or something. I don't know. Find out. I guess what is also the trigger for that? Is it... I don't know. Many questions, Ed boy. We're gonna keep running over this way. This is gonna respawn, so we'll deal with these guys, then we're just gonna hit up here. Ow. You hit me, sir. Keep forgetting we've actually got the bow now, which may actually help in these sorts of situations. But whatever. Now, actually, if we're going for that, let's run over and try to get into the strange house. The reason we're going to look at doing that now is because it's nearby, but also we've also got there's various busts to our pickpocketing, or lockpicking, so there's a reasonable chance we might actually be able to get into it now. And if we don't do it now, I'll forget. And again, if we can get that additional level before we finish this sort of area, I'll be happy. Because again, if we can get, right, free all though. Yeah, basically, if we can get some free experience, I've got no issues there. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like a tree or some sort of dragon, but it is an intriguing mystery. I'm gonna go, and it's the hood, isn't it? Lockpicking. What is our 50? So if we go, oh, okay. So if it's with a naught anyway. Fine, game, fine. We'll stick a close helm back on. I'm also acknowledging, do these respawn? I can't. What? Here's me expecting us to have to sort of rash them out for the purposes of, you know, fighting to get rep, right? But if they're an infant respawning resource, then essentially there's no reason, and basically from a design perspective, unless these are diametrically opposed, which they're clearly not, right? originally started here with either disliked or either disliked or neutral. I know these guys have been hated at one point, but now we're back to neutral. Like, this going up can't, I doubt, has any, it doesn't seem to have any actual bearing on this value, right? So in that case, there's literally no real penalty, right? There is, you know, we can trade them for money. I don't know if that counts towards giving us money, giving us credit with the outlaws. But in theory, you know, we can sit there and it cheapens them, damn it. Okay, so Imbrian Ruins, we know what we're doing. It's up to it. Could this be a bridge too far? Good movie. If you haven't seen it, it is actually all on YouTube for free. So if you're at all curious, at the time it was one of the most expensive movies ever made. And if I recall correctly, is directly mocked by The Simpsons in the episode where they got all the when they're making the his name Radioactive Man movie, and sort of people are constantly raising the prices of things. That's actually basically what happened with that movie, because the director Richard Attenborough, the brother of David Attenborough, insisted on filming where the events took place, which basically meant that he was, you know, they decided from the outset that it was going to be filmed in Holland, or the Netherlands. And because they knew that he wouldn't take anywhere else, they were just able to gouge prices through the roof. And on top of that, you had a star-studded cast, I think is the easiest way of putting it, for the time. And so, yeah, it just was a horrendously expensive movie to make. I presume it made a profit, but yeah, it is a good war movie though. If you're on the fence about it, there is a History Buffs video about it. It is definitely worth watching. I say, would thoroughly recommend. This island is surprisingly devoid of bullets or glam. Sorry to say. We've got a godling over there. Godlet over there, rather. It's fine, the Embrace decided to become Goblin King. It's fine, I mean, you know, if you can't survive in society, why not develop a... Why not take over a kingdom? Or develop a kingdom of goblins? There's a thing over there. Over here, grab these. We'll take the bridge. Check this island out. Just on the off chance there's something worth our while. Something like money. Oh, we've got a mine. the way down. Cool. Because we're scum. This is now this game. Still required a 5. It's pretty high. I'll take some fine ore though. The problem with these, right? So we can click on there and it's not going to give me anything, right? But there are clearly veins of copper, like of it, on the top there, which we're not getting. We don't need more weed because we don't need more weed. We're not using what we've got of it, so there's not a huge amount of point adding more. We're gonna leave this on because the next thing we're likely to need to do is to do more lockpicking, sorry. So we will hold off on that and do it then. That's right, you leave money around, I'm bound to find it and pick it up. Because that's the nature of this game. I'm rich by pilfering tiny denominations of currency. And we'll use that to buy a haunted mansion. As is my want and desire. Now, I'm going to try and preempt this by going to the extravagant hat. The main reason is, again, I'm expecting this isn't going to be a fighting dealio, it's going to be a talking dealio, but... The woman stands in full armor as she tinkers with an assortment of junk. Her head snaps around as you approach. Looks like you're lost, wanderer. If you value your neck, I'd be somewhere else. Sorry, I'd be lost somewhere else. I'm looking for attacks from mercenary. She turns towards you. She turns to you. Sneeze, bear with me a second. Grimacing, and shoulders her greatsword with a clang. Genuinely looks like she was about to do that. Another bounty hunter? As I told the last of you sods, I don't sail the dark sides no more, and I can cleave you into all the same. That's not saying we're on the same side. Let me help your head. You feel her gaze as you grips her sword. Oh yeah, and why exactly would you need little old me? I'm looking for Vela. We've got to stop her. Hearing Vela's name, she flinches. Vela, I'm done with that devil, you hear? If you want to stop her, be my guest. Cut her to pieces. Sail a skyship into her corpse. Do it with my blessing, but I'll have no part in it. I thought you and Vela were comrades. Comrades? Ha! Vela was more than a comrade. She slams her blade upright. She was a sister to me. I owe my life to that girl. If she's such a devil, why'd you idolize her? Oh, actually, what happened between you? She found something. Before then, I thought maybe we really could make the world a better place. But then, we found it. Untouched for hundreds of years. A map. Buried in some Embrian tomb. It pointed to something impossible. I told her to leave it. To not put her faith in ancient cursed things. She promised me. But she led us to our doom, anyway. Vela plunged the dark stars beneath the clouds with our best ships, our flagship and Galleon both, in pursuit of an Embrian artifact that was more likely to end the world than save it. On that day, she was not my sister. As captain of the Black Goblin, I told my crew to fire upon their comrades. We splintered the hull of Vela's ship with our cannons before we boarded and clashed swords. It was mutiny, fratricide. her fists are clenched tight, trembling. But while I stole her plans that day, I couldn't stop her. I never could. What was Vela trying to find? Something called the Cradle, buried deep in the Underlands. What it actually is, we don't know, but if Vela's right, if it could be used to alter the very language of the cosmos, that means that she could end poverty, suffering, even death itself. But she's more likely to end the world. The Embrians were known to meddle with forces they couldn't control. She is a damn fool for chasing their accursed dreams. Carefully, you have to find her. Do I? And what do you know of the matter? I sailed with Vela for years, while I've known you mere moments. What could you possibly know of our camaraderie? No, that chapter of my life is over. I will not chase that woman's dream anymore, not to help nor hinder. I have a pilgrimage of my own to tread, my own answers to find. Maybe I can help you. Ha! Oh, makes you think I'd need your help. I can help myself just fine. At least answer my questions. I'll hear them. I can't promise I'll give them an answer. What are you looking for? For a long time, I had the strangest dreams of impossible cities that no mason could build, which twinkle with a thousand tiny stars. I want to know if my dreams are real. And will we find your answer? There's another Embrian ruin here, in the on the Oneiric Isles, even bigger than this one, but without the right key, it's sealed shut. And where would you get such a key? This type of key is rare. I paid a good sum of money for mine at that shop with the Crystal Spire in Hallowtown. But if you're thinking of following in my tracks, I'd think twice. That old Embrian ruin up by Rusford is likely full of perils, and you'll only get yourself killed. What are you looking for? We already asked that. Where will you find? Where would you find your answers? Is it true you're a real Embrian? If you're asking if I'm a 400-year-old immortal who's been lugging my sword around the Sky Realms, I'll have to disappoint you. But there is some truth to these rumors. I know my way around these old Embrian ruins. Some even feel like home. And yes, this is authentic Embrian armor. Pneumatics intact. The suit stopped a direct cannonball in the siege of Moldavia. Even if I did shit blood for a week. If it was Basalt, he's helping me find Vela. The old sea dog's still going, eh? I half thought he'd drowned himself with mushroom grog. To tell the truth, I always respected the man. He was with us from the beginning, and I don't think the Dark Stars would have got far without him. I'll leave you be for now. I think it makes me think you won't give up easily, but I won't be staying here long. And for your own sake, don't bother following me. The place I'm headed for isn't for the faint of heart. If you try and track me down, I'll only have another foolish death on my conscience. Besides, without one of these, the odds of an ancient Embrian key, you won't be getting very far. So sod off and leave this place. Leave me in peace. Cool. So, I guess at this point we have an impasse. We're gonna get to choose between either, well, no. Let's be smart about this. Let's go back to town. be here. We know this is the bridge to Endless Lands, which is where we're gonna go next, right? Actually, hang on. So if we go here and here and here, no, here, here. Okay, so again, they want us to go to the shop. So let's do that, I suppose. Again, I'm keen to use the thingo last. We know where the Emerald's going. We know what we're gonna need. We may as well try to wrap this particular plot arc up, right? And the shop is this one. I'm looking for an Embrine key. Looking for Embrine antiques, are we? Well, you've certainly come to the right place. I have a small collection of bits and pieces, from the relatively modest, he holds up a rusty piece of junk, to the downright exquisite, he holds up another piece of junk. What's all this rusty junk? He stammers affronted. Why? I'll have you know that these are priceless artifacts created by the legendary Embrine blacksmith factories before the world end. We would never see the likes of such craftsmanship again. What actually are they? Well, this one is some type of component, and this here, well, this was clearly an elaborate type of metal rod. As I've said, priceless. I need a key to open nearby ruins. Ah, yes, I often get requests for keys. There are plenty of old Embrine ruins that, despite being 100 years old, have proved impervious to spelunkers and scavengers. So would-be treasure seekers pin their hopes on a key. And there are innumerable old keys. And innumerable old doors. As I keep telling most budding Tomb Raiders, actually opening one would be a matter of astounding luck. Although, there was a woman that came by not too long ago who seemed to know exactly what she was looking for. This woman, who was she? About town, she seems to be known as the Embrine. People seem to think she's a relic of that time herself, which of course is pure tattle. Of course, sorry, she does seem to be an avid collector though. The suit of armor she wears? I've never seen such a well-preserved relic. It outshines anything in my humble collection, and that's for certain. What did she buy? She bought a key. She described its kind as a very she described its kind in very specific detail. You know what that key unlocks? Ha! If I did, I'd have closed up shop and gone off to use it long ago. Although, in all honesty, I have often wished to test my collection of keys on that Embrine structure to the east of Hallowshire. If only the surrounding town wasn't teeming with bandits. You know what the key unlocks? This Embrine ruin. Well, it's been sitting there since before the world end, of course. As far as I'm aware, the town of Rustburg grew up around it, as people tried to prise it open and plunder its treasures. But they never succeeded. Embrine metal is inscribed with cipher, after all, to make it nearly impenetrable. Eventually, the town was destroyed in the God War for harboring Wiccans. It's been home to all sorts of scoundrels and ruffians ever since, but I sincerely doubt they've had better luck with the Embrine ruins. Do you have another key? I want to buy one. Your armor is around in a box of assorted metal parts. Aha! You're in luck, my friend. This Embrine key seems remarkably similar to the one I sold not too long ago. Of course, what with this one being in such high demand, I couldn't let it go for less than 20 coins. 20? You said it yourself, it probably won't work. I suppose you're right. Well, tell you what. Just this once, you can have it free of charge. But if, by some miracle, you do find some treasure with it, let me take it off your hands, for a fair price, of course. Personally, I always wanted to test it in those Embrine ruins. Up past Rustburg, I have hunched my previous customer had the same idea. Woohoo! The best merchant in town does things for free. Okay, so, I don't don't really need to do anything else. We're literally just going to go straight there. If necessary, I'm sure we can switch to paying for a thingamajig. Paying for a stamina potion. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a sip of my drink. Then I think we're going to drop a cut in, and then we'll head back up to those ruins. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. And we play more Dread Delusion.